Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Frank Iñiguez. I am the ambassador of reading, and today's topic, chess. And before I get started explaining the game of chess, I want to let you know that I did a little research. I asked the computer, where does chess come from? And it comes from India. And it wasn't called chess originally, it was called Chaturanga. And then from India, it expanded into Europe. And here we are, 549 years later, with a game of chess. So it comes from India. And it's been around for 549 years. And let me explain to you how this gets played. I'll teach you the basics. I'll talk about the basics. And in the future, if you like the game of chess, leave it in your comments that you would like us to do a game of chess so that you can enjoy it. So I'm going to remove my pieces. There are two colors. There's black and white. I have the side of the white, and my opponent is going to have black. I don't have an opponent today. Now, this board is a box. I'll show it to you. There's a box to put all the pieces away. But let's say you had a flat checkerboard or chessboard. You might think you could just put the pieces in play, but no. Your right hand has to touch the white square. They cannot be set like this. Like this, my right hand is touching the black square or brown square in this case. It shouldn't do that. Your right hand has to touch the white square. Now, once we get that out of the way, I'm going to explain the queen. The queen always goes on her color. Now, that queen is black, so it goes on a black square. This queen is white, it goes on a white square. People can make the mistake and settle like that and thinking, well, I have my queen, I'm ready to go. But this would be set wrong. I'm going to start off with the castles. I know these pieces by two names. They could be castles or rooks. By the way, I want to say thank you to my buddy. Rudy Rodriguez was the one that taught me how to play chess a long time ago, many, many years ago. And this is how you set up the rooks or the castles, one on each corner. Then after that, they're followed by the knights. These guys can be called knights or they can be called horses. It looks like a shape of a horse. And they could be the knights. They're called knights or horses. And these guys are called bishops. And there's one bishop next to that horse and one bishop next to that horse. And here comes the queen. And I guess this whole section protects the queen on her color, remember. And this whole section protects the king. But in reality, all the pieces are here to protect the king and attack to overcome that king. The objective of the game, or what you want to do in the game, is take over the kingdom. And the way you take over the kingdom is by killing the king, the opposite king. Now I'm going to show you how these guys work. I'll start with the rooks. The rooks have to move in a line. So always in a straight line, not in an angle, okay? They cannot go on an angle. They have to go in a straight line. And the way the rook skill or the castle skill is that they go up to the piece and they take over the spot, and that's how they kill. Now, I wouldn't do that. For the most part, the general rule is that you're not going to trade a pawn for one of these big, powerful pieces. You're not going to do it unless it's a setup to overtake the kingdom. So in this case, I wouldn't go that far. I would stop right there if I wanted to put the rook out. Why there? Because there's no way, none of the pieces can kill me. If I go here, the knight can kill me. It jumps to, and then it lands on me and it kills me. Also, the little pawn can kill me. So there you have it. It can go one square, two squares, or many squares. Once it's there, it moves in a line all the way as much as it wants, but always in a line. That's the castle, that's the rook. The knight It always has to do 2 straight squares and then a turn. It could either turn to the right or to the left. So there you have it. Now, if you notice, the knight was on black. His next move, he landed on white. So his next move, he's going to land on black. So he can go here back to his place, 1, 2, and turn. Or he can go here, 1, 2, and turn. He's got to turn that way or this way. And if you notice, they're all black squares. He can land on all the ones that I'm touching. So the knights are super dangerous because you have to, as your opponent is coming out and you're going against your opponent, he has to be in awareness that I'm covering all this area with that horse. Now, if I have both of them out, this one's going to land on all the whites. This guy's going to land on all the blacks. And then once they land, they change. This one will land on black. Now he's going to land on white. This one will land on white. Now he's going to land on black. And it's always 2 straight, 1, 2, and a turn. And he cannot do angles. 1, 2, turn. No, it's got to be in a straight line. 1, 2, turn. 1, 2, turn. 1, 2, turn, or turn. Either way. So that's the knight. Now the bishops, these guys go on an angle. And this bishop is on white. He's always going to be on white. He kills anything in front of him, takes over the spot. That's the way he kills. But then he would be killed by that one, or that one. So I wouldn't do that. But I'm just showing you that the bishop runs on an angle and always on white. He can never land on black, always on white. Now, I want you to notice there's a bishop for the white and a bishop for the black. So this one's going to always run on the black color or the dark color. This one's brown, but usually chessboards are black and white. But this bishop is always going to be running on an angle as far as it wants on its color, which is the black. So there I explained the castles, also called rooks, the knights, also called horses, and the bishops. Now I'm going to explain the queen. The queen is super powerful. She has a combination of the rook and the bishop at the same time. This one can run all the way up. She would be killed quickly there. But there, nobody can kill her because they cannot reach her. The knights cannot reach her. And it can go on an angle. So it's got the power of the bishop to be able to go on the white. Now, it's got the power of the rook. It could go on a straight line. Now, once it goes on a straight line and lands on that color, it becomes the bishop on the black. If she lands on the white, she becomes the bishop of the white. If she lands on the black, she becomes the bishop of the black. Also runs like a castle. So the queen is a super powerful piece. You want to protect your queen. If you lose your queen, it's going to be hard for you to win the game of chess. But sometimes when I'm out on battle, if she's gonna die, I'm probably gonna take the opponent's queen and my queen's gonna die. So queen for queen, I'm okay. Or the queen to win the game, I'm okay. Other than that, I'm not okay. Now the king, people think, wow, the powerful king, he could do a lot. The king really can't do much. He could only do 1 square at a time in any direction. So he covers all this area once he's there. So he could kill anything in this area because he could only do 1 square any which way he wants. So the king is pretty powerful, but he could only move 1 square at a time. He's slow to move, powerful to kill. So the king really doesn't do much battle until almost the end of the game, because if you put him out, they could surround him and kill him, And if nobody can protect them, the game's over. So the king usually stays back here. Now the pawns are very powerful pieces. And people say, really, they're only pawns? But they have the power to transform into any piece as long as they reach the other side, the last row on the other side. If any of this guy makes it to the end, you can call it. You can become, the little pawn can become a castle. It can become a knight. It can become a bishop. It could also become a queen. The only thing it cannot become is a king. But it can become any of the pieces. So a lot of people take it very lightly to have a pawn get killed. And it's okay. I mean, we're in battle. We're going to kill each other. But if I can protect my pawns, I will, because I know they're going to become a powerful queen to help me win the game. And I think that's pretty much it to explain our first video. Remember, if you like the game of chess and you would like us to play a game, leave it in the comments so that way we can show you how to play the game of chess. And hey, if you happen to learn or be introduced into the game of chess and you learn how to play it and you become very good, invite me, whatever city or country, and hopefully I'll get out there and play. Obviously, if you're a chess master already, well, I wouldn't be much of a challenge. I'm pretty good, but I'm not a chess master yet. So we're gonna make more videos. Before I finish the game of chess, I taught it to my kids, mostly to Adam when he was a little baby. I know Nicholas plays and Paula play, but Adam was the one that got I guess I was super excited learning the game of chess, and I had my baby, Adam, so I taught him how to play. He could actually beat me already. He's a very tough player. My nephew Felix, he could beat me. There, I said it, Felix. But it's not like I'm not a challenge to them. It'll be a good battle between us. Now, forgetting about my family or me, let's go to you. If you have children, teach them the game of chess. It's so incredible to play chess. Here, I'm only taking care of 16 pieces. But once the game starts, I have to be in awareness of those 16 pieces. So it's 32 pieces. And all the possibilities, all the different places where they can land, all the different ways to advance and conquer the king. So once the game of chess starts, man, there's so many moves, possible moves. And there's never a game that's the same. Never, never. You never know what's going to happen. There are two kids, well, there's a lot of kids playing in the internet. I happened to run into them, and I was just so excited watching those babies play. I strongly suggest that if you have children, introduce the game of chess. If you don't know how to play, I just taught you the basics. The pawns. I don't know if I said it, so I'm going to say it. The pawns could take off with 2 squares, or they could take off with 1 square. However, once they take off, they lose their ability to go 2 squares. Once they take off, if it's 1, it's going to be 1 all the time. This one, if it took 2, it cannot do 2 again. Once it does 2, it's got to be 1 at a time. And that goes for all the pawns. And I did say that the pawns are powerful because they can transform into any of the pieces except the king. I think that's pretty much it. If you would like us to play a game of chess so you can see how it's done, leave it in the comments and we'll play a game of chess. We'll talk about it so you can learn. And one day you'll invite me to play and we'll have a game. Very well. That'll be it for today. Till next time, your friend, the ambassador of reading, Frank Quiniguez, wishing you well today and always, knowing that you will find and get what you are looking for.